height of 829.8 metres, the Burj Khalifa is the tallest building in the world, and it's one of the most popular tourist attractions in Dubai. It's 3 times the height of the Eiffel Tower, and almost 2 times as tall as the Empire State Building. If you laid all the pieces used to build it out, end to end, they'd stretch over a quarter of the way around the world. Work on this monumental project began in 2004, and it took 6 years to build, but it was far from easy to make this impressive feat of engineering a reality. The project was a massive undertaking. It has paired bold vision with a brave leap into the engineering unknown. Everyone knows that the Burj Khalifa is the tallest building in the world. But did you know it also holds 6 other records? The Burj is also the tallest freestanding structure in the world, has the highest number of stories in the world, has the highest occupied floor in the world, has the highest observation deck in the world, has the highest elevator with the longest travel distance in the world, and has the tallest service elevator in the world. That is a lot of records. The elevator alone is worth talking about. It's the longest in the world and goes up 140 floors. It's also one of the fastest in the world. It travels at 10 meters per second. Because of this insane speed, reaching the observation deck on the 124th floor all the way from the ground floor only takes a minute. The total cost of this project was $1.5 billion. Yeah, you heard that right. And it's no wonder with the amount of materials and workers that were needed to build it. The construction required 330,000 cubic meters of concrete. The foundation alone uses over 45,000. This foundation consists of 192 concrete piles, which are each buried 50 meters below the ground. 31,400 metric tons of steel rebar were used to then reinforce the concrete. The highest reinforced concrete core walls were made using concrete pumped from ground level to a vertical height of 601 meters. Usually the crane's loads consisted of steel reinforcement beams, but welding equipment, scaffolding, and even tanks of fuel for the diesel-powered cranes all needed to be lifted to the correct floor. Impressively, 28,261 glass cladding panels make up the outside of the tower and its 2 annexes. As the tower rises from the flat desert base, it does so in a spiral pattern. Having setbacks decrease the cross-section of the tower going upwards and creates convenient outdoor terraces. These setbacks are arranged and aligned in a way that minimises vibration from wind currents and vortices. Because each section of the building is a slightly different shape and at a slightly different angle, wind blowing against the tower comes off in different directions at different speeds. This is important because the Burj Khalifa is both very tall and for its height very thin. The unique design, which essentially confuses the wind, almost entirely stops it from swaying. At the top, the central core emerges and is sculpted to form a finishing spire. At its tallest point, the tower sways a total of 1.5 meters. The unique Y-shaped design is not just designed like that purely for practical reasons. It takes inspiration from Islamic architecture and was designed to look like a flower called the desert heminocalis or spider lily. The Burj Khalifa may not be the tallest building in the world for much longer though. An even bigger tower is currently being built in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, called the Jeddah Tower. When it's finished, it's going to be about 200 meters taller than the Burj Khalifa, standing at 1,008 meters. But that could be in quite some time, as construction is currently on hold because the major funder of the project has been jailed. So for now, the unbelievable Burj Khalifa holds the title.